Hello and welcome. My name is Toyin Ibamishaye Oni, welcoming you to the program Citizens Gate on television. This program is sponsored by Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement. This program serves as a door between the government of Lagos State and the residents of the state. It offers a wide range of opportunities to Lagosians if they can key into various programs rolled out by this office. Don't go away. Let's take this message.
Hi there. Do you know that Lagos State Citizens Gate website was made just for you? Now here is why. With the Lagos State Citizens Gate website, you have seamless access to all governmental agencies and initiatives. Also, you can easily report emergency cases as well as send in your feedback on governmental services, which improves service delivery. The website is an opportunity for you to participate in governance, which enhances communication between you and the government. So if you are not registered on the Lagos State Citizens Gate website, go to your browser, search for Citizens Gate Lagos and sign up now. Remember, it was made just for you.
You're welcome back. It's no longer news that July 12 has been fixed for the local government elections in Lagos State, and various political parties in Lagos State are trying to gear up to sensitize their supporters on the parties that they really need to vote for come July 12. This program that says the election come July 12 is one opportunity that Lagosians must not miss. This is an election that will give you opportunity to elect your chairman, to also elect your councillors who will represent various wards. And on this program, we will sensitize you on the need for you to go out on that July 12th and exercise your civic responsibility. Do you have your voter's card? Try as much as possible to get your PVC, that is your voter's card, ready so as to be able to participate in the forthcoming local government election.
The Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission (LASRRA) is set to engage over 50,000 adult staff for the upcoming local government election. This was discussed at the retreat for electoral officers and the restraint in the state. As the election draws closer, the election management body is making sure all possibilities are covered. The elected officers, known as the EOs and the AEOs, are given the task of conducting incredible polls.
I consider this gathering not just a training, but a crucial opportunity to reflect, to learn, to bond, and sharpen our collective preparedness for the demanding tasks ahead. We know that we have a lot of tasks. We have started it. This is not even the first one. I know all of us that were there on that Saturday, we saw what happened. Capacity building enhances productivity. This is essential for the growth and development of any forward-looking organization like ours.
Plans are in place to also carry out medical checks on these officers to rule out any health complication. Over 50,000 adult staff will be required to conduct the polls, aside from the LASRRA staff.
I want you to realize is that you are the soldiers that are going into the battlefield. You are the main focus of the day. You represent the commission. Whatever happens on the day of election, the whole process, the whole procedure, whether good or bad, it is on you. They're not going to be calling your name. They'll be saying the electoral officer of so-so-so local government. But what that means is that it's reflecting back on the commission.
13,325 polling units will be used to conduct the local government election on Saturday, July 12.
LASRRA has therefore put together this electoral training to put her in a very strong stead in prosecuting the upcoming election into local governments and the SCDAs in Lagos State, particularly bearing in mind that the EOs, having been properly trained, are designed or expected to pass such knowledge gained for the benefit of over 50,000 adult staff being presently recruited by LASRRA and who are to man over 13,000 polling units in various capacities.
You welcome back. The rains are here. We all know that we are in the month of June. And we know that the month of June is the month that divides the year into two equal halves, when we have the rain fall heavily. We've been having messages that people that are living in the area that are flood-prone area should try as much as possible to probably relocate. And another thing that I want to say on this program is that our environment is important this period. How do you treat your environment? Don't forget, the way you treat your environment, that is the way your environment will treat you back. If you throw your refuse inside the drainages whenever it rains, certainly when it rains, you would enjoy flooding. And on this program also, we like to tell you, just like we did last week on the episode, that the Lagos State government is trying to enforce the ban on single-use plastics by embracing a renewed sense of environmental responsibility. Are we responsible to our environment in Lagos State? Do we still patronize cat pushers? And how well do you know about this ban on the single use of plastics? Take a listen at this package.
Plastic pollution harms marine life, contaminates food chains, and affects human health. Every piece of plastic ever made still exists today. Let us reduce, reuse, and recycle. The ocean's beauty is being suffocated by plastic waste. It is time to take action. Small actions today can prevent a sea of plastic tomorrow.
This new policy or this new government innovation that they want to actually ban plastics, well, it's actually going to have positive and negative effects. So I feel like the positive effect would be that it's going to reduce wastes, it's going to reduce drainage blockage. It's going to reduce drainage blockage, and it will enable a more and a clean environment. That is what it's going to do. But the negative effect is that, this plastic has been used for recycling. A lot of people use it to, create things, make new products or bottles, because they actually sell these things.
By recognizing that the pollution which the nylon or the rubber are actually causing in society is one of the problems we're actually facing as citizens. Because those rubbers causes a whole lot of pollution, increases the numbers of pests, most especially mosquitoes we have in our mostly blocking our drainages. They cause a whole lot of mosquitoes around us. And bounding it should have been a better option. But me, I should suggest that the government should actually recreate a recycling center. That is what every other countries are actually doing now, because there's no way you ban it. You understand? After banning, there are so many things we actually wrap with our rubbers. You understand? So I would suggest that the government actually come up with a recycling system.
That's the advantage and disadvantage. The advantage of it is that it benefits those who is picking them on the road or wherever, to go and say to those who are measuring it. Both are benefiting from it. So that is economically. But when we talk about the rainy season, everything will now accumulated, and it's very dangerous to those people who are passing by during the rainy season. It can cause chaos, which everybody knows. So my own intake is that it should be banned.
When we think of how that help us in economic, I think it is not really good, because we cannot take sachet water to our work or any other places. Then if we buy bottled water, we can be able to take it to anywhere we are going to along with it without any obstacle, maybe it's pouring in or something puncturing it so easy. So but what I think before they could have banned it, I think they could have provided a waste bin on a wayside roadside, so that whenever we use it, after using it, we dump it there, and it can even serve as recycling. So the government themselves will think about it. They will just have an agencies who will come and pick up these things to recycle it back. I think that could be better.
The Lagos state government is trying all its possible best to ensure that the youths in Lagos state are not idle. Also, the women are being empowered year in, year out through the Ministry of Women Affairs. We were opportunity to interview the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Honorable Bolaji Cecilia Dada.
For every of our empowerment programs in the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, we make sure that we include widows as beneficiaries for all our empowerment programs. And we also give psychosocial counseling free of charge to widows that need such services. So we have a register, a social register for Lagos State Government called the SOCU Register. We have mined names from that register, and we have widows registered with our ministry that we have also taken from that list. And then we have NGOs that work with the ministry who are widow focused. So we have also told them to bring some of their widows so that they can also be beneficiaries. That is how we have been able to gather the 750 widows here today. We had a facilitator to speak to them, to encourage them, and to let them know that they shouldn't see the loss of a loved one as a license to hardship, and they should get up, not continue to have self-pity on themselves. They need to get up, look for something to do, take advantage of the programs of the Lagos State Government. Like I said, for every of our empowerment programs, we make sure that we include widows. It's one thing to be alive, it's another thing to have a skill that you can use to empower yourself so that you won't depend on people, you will be self-sustained and you'll be able to take care of your family.
One key thing that you can use as a tool to benefit from the largesse of the Lagos State Government is if you have LASRRA. Do you have your LASRRA card or you have your LASRRA paper? The general manager of LASRRA has said that they are even trying to phase out papers, and what they're using now, it's a card that looks like ATM card. And through this LASRRA card, you can benefit from health facilities, that is LASHMA. You can use that to register for LASHMA. And through this LASRRA card also, you can benefit from the financial assistance from the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement. What do we need to know about LASRRA? How do we register for LASRRA? What are the things we can also use the LASRRA card or our LASRRA number for? You find out in this package.
It's very important as a resident of Lagos State to be a part of the LASRRA database. Apart from giving the government the information that we require to provide you with the best services, it also ensures that residents can easily access whatever they need. So I'll give you an example. In order to, go to our, government secondary schools or primary schools, the students and parents must be registered on the LASRRA database. And that's the same also for our tertiary institutions. In order to access some government schemes, for instance, the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and other schemes, you need to have a LASRRA number. To get the Lagos Homes, mortgage, you also need a LASRRA number. So there are so many different initiatives that residents will benefit from once they have the LASRRA number. And we're working with other, with various MDAs to ensure that they are requiring LASRRA as they go along. And it's just a case of ensuring that, it's not when government needs something and they say, okay, they require LASRRA, that people are rushing around. So it's not a case of people rushing when something is, brought up. It's something that, registering for LASRRA is not a difficult exercise. It's not something that will take you a long time, maybe 5 to 10 minutes of your time. Just by doing that, you are avoiding any inconveniences in the future, and you're also ensuring that you are within the government's, eyesight. We're always working, to see how we can make LASRRA go to every nook and cranny of the state. Recently, we partnered with SEED. It's an NGO that works with low-cost private schools, so that those are private schools that their fees are not so expensive. So what we found is that a lot of the students that go to those private schools, once they get to secondary school age, they then decide to go to Lagos State government schools. And then there's always a rush. They're trying to get their LASRRA, they're trying to enroll, and there's a lot of stress. So what we've done is that we are going into these various private schools to register those children in those schools and make sure that we are bringing them into the LASRRA database so that when it's time for them to transition, they are not stressed. And what we've seen is that there are so many students within that catchment. We're estimating conservatively about 1 million students that are going to be able to benefit from this collaboration.
This administration is committed to inclusion. The data obtained through LASRRA has helped identify vulnerable residents in need of empowerment and has aided in the equitable distribution of palliatives.
If you want progress, if you want Lagos State to move forward, one of the things that you should do is to ensure that you are captured and you are part of the plan of the state. So the LAG ID card is a multi-purpose card that we provide to residents that show that signify interests. Once you are interested in the card, we print it for you, and you can use that card for a variety of purposes. You can use it to access the transport system, specifically the Blue Line currently. You can use it for financial services, so you can use it for the POS, you can use it at the ATM. And then we are also finalizing an integration with LASHMA to enable residents to use their LAG ID card when they are going in to access their ILERA Eco benefits.
The program is still Citizens Gate on television, and the program is sponsored by Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement. Let us go to our feedback corner.
It's no longer news that one of the Lagos State foremost abattoir has been shut down by the state government over severe environmental infractions and unsanitary activities, including poor waste management and unhygienic handling of animal products. The Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, gave the order after an inspection tour to the abattoir in Agege. Wahab stated that the inspection followed a petition from the Ministry of Agriculture to intervene regarding various environmental and health concerns at the abattoir. He described the situation as heart-wrenching and unacceptable.
They slaughter animals, discharge the waste into the public drainage system, and it's just unacceptable. The next step is we're going to take very drastic, firm and decisive action until they are able to comply with the minimum standard. We are the same government. We are not working in silos, but it's the mother ministry, and I'm so glad this major complaint, outside the fact that it came from a whistleblower, an outsider, came from the Ministry of Agri, that it's time environment intervenes and put a stop to this. And we're going to do that. It's to just abide by the minimum. It's a minimum benchmark. This system is set up by laws. There are regulations for the abattoir. You can't choose to defy and go your own way, blackmailing people that no is our way or the highway. Once we start the enforcement, we are also going to ensure we have LASRRA there, but this is beyond LASRRA. This must also involve LASWAMO, and then Loma must have men stationed there. Luckily or thankfully, we have a LASRRA office that they can both share and use to operate in that place, working with Ministry of Agric and Food Security.
The operators were found to be defying global standards and discharging waste into public drainage systems. The commissioner also visited the Adetola Canal by Jonathan Coker Street in Iju, where vandalism of iron rods serving as fencing for the canal was noted.
The cleanup exercise seems to have started in Okwoba, Abatio, and Lyridge. We saw some Kai officials trying to remove some of the shanties built or constructed there by some people who were alleged to be living there. Don't forget the Abatio and Lyridge was shot recently by the Ministry of the Environment a few days ago. It was alleged that some people do sleep here and also live there on daily basis, thereby constitute nuisance in the environment. Thank you sincerely for watching Citizens Gate on television. How can you benefit from this program? How can you benefit from other programs rolled out by other ministries, departments, and agencies of Lagos State government? You don't have to go far, but you can reach out to government through the Citizens Gate website. That's how much you can take on the program this beautiful day. Don't forget, the program ends now, but the conversation continues on the Facebook, Instagram, and also YouTube channel. My name is Toyin Bamishaye Oni, thanking you for watching the program. See you next Thursday.